What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. Avatar, Book 2, Episode 21. I don't know how you guys reference it, but that's where we're at. We finished Part 1, and I've been told, Book 2 is where things really get serious, where people kind of fall in love with it, where it becomes, one of those top tier anime cartoons, whatever you want to categorize it as. Had a lot of comments on the last video. I've only gotten about half of them. I'm going to make sure I go back and respond to every single one. Just making sure I get this up for Patreon members. Patreon, you guys are getting 3 episodes, 3 early access episodes this week. So you guys are getting Book 2, Episode 1, 2, and 3. And then the following week we'll dip it back to 2. But you'll kind of stay staggered, that kind of like 4 or 5 episodes ahead. This week on YouTube, we finished Mob Psycho. You guys got that. And then we also finished Avatar Book 1 this week as well. This week, if you're seeing this on YouTube, this week we're starting Death Note. So Death Note episode should be out the day after YouTube is seeing this. Patreon, you guys will probably get that episode on like Saturday or Sunday. YouTube should get it on Tuesday. What I'm going to do is start Death Note, just reacting to it by myself like I do with this episode, and majority of the episodes. And then what we'll do is we'll transition it to Twitch just like we did with Mob Psycho. I'll try to do 2 episodes every stream, take it, put it on YouTube, and we'll kind of keep that pace. Helps kind of crank things out a little bit quicker, and then we'll kind of really get into the flow of that. I've been hearing a lot of high praise about the Demon Slayer movie, which I think is releasing in January for us, with like subtitles and all that kind of stuff. Or I don't know if they're doing subtitles or if they're doing dubbed version, however they're doing that. And then a month from now, because you guys should be seeing this November, Attack on Titan, possibly the greatest anime ever, depending how this last season ends, will be debuting as well. I forget the exact date, but I'm pretty sure it's December, so I'm going to be watching that on my own, getting this Avatar, getting the Hunter x Hunter chapters up, getting the Death Note. And yeah, we just got a lot going on. Had a lot of questions answering kind of Aang fusing with the moon spirit, I want to say. And I posed this question to a lot of you guys. I only responded to some questions literally 5 minutes ago, so it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so I doubt anybody has responded by now. But we get a lot of spirit references and spirit world and being connected with the other Avatar spirits. Spirits seem to play a big part. I'm curious if we're going to see Aang kind of fuse with other spirits as the story goes, kind of in that kind of, transformer, overpowered, just monster being type thing, or maybe that was a one-time thing. I don't know if somebody told me we never get confirmation. I forget the uncle's name, but somebody was hinting that we don't get confirmation why he was able to see Aang fly across him in spirit form. I can't remember, what is it? I forget what the uncle said last episode, that he's been to the spirit world before, or how did he get... I don't know, there's just a lot kind of going on with the uncle. Zuko's sister seems to be on a bounty hunt. We just got a lot going on, so I'm going to go back and answer everybody's comments pertaining to the last episode and the waterbenders and the spirits and all that kind of stuff. But let's go ahead and jump into this, and you guys can feel free to answer that. Drag this over here, make sure we're recording, no audio. Episode looks, ooh, it looks kind of bright, but we'll see. We're pressing play. Book 2, titled Earth, Chapter 1, The Avatar State, right now. Do I need to darken this? Let's see. I think it looks okay, but I'll make it dark because, Avatar doesn't play. I haven't had this kind of problem since I used to do Tokyo Ghoul. Making it just a little bit darker. That should be good, and maybe we'll make it a little smaller too. Did he just see himself in the Avatar state? This has got to be a dream, right? Oh, he's seeing what happened. I forgot what you guys said. Somebody mentioned it was kind of like Naruto in the early days when he would go in the Nine-Tails state and have no idea. what was happening, like in that moment. So Aang doesn't remember, does he, when he's in that state? Or he does? I honestly can't recall. Ooh. Well, Katara's over here, supposedly a water master. Can Sokka learn or no? I feel like that'd be a valuable weapon, even if he could do basic water bending. Going back to Amashu, he's got to learn the earth bending. Yep. King Boomy. Nice. They're going to the South Pole to help, the Southern Water Tribe. And we're going to the Earth Kingdom. Back to Amashu, back to Boomy. He's been labeled a traitor though, right? So a month has passed. Just about. To be honest though, I've said this for a while. I feel like even if he walked up to the Fire Kingdom right now with Aang tied up, threw him at the king's feet, it would change nothing. He's not going to get the throne. He's not going to get his honor back or the respect. Alright, his sister. I'm curious if she's going to have a soft spot down the line for her brother. Maybe she realizes how terrible her father is. Not up front, she's going to be a little badass, I'm sure. Um, and probably comes off ruthless. But I'm curious when push comes to shove, when shit hits the fan and we've been building and building and building and building, if she sides with her brother or won't kill him. His voice sounds like Jorah Mormont. It's very smooth. Her voice isn't kind of as sinister as I'd like it to be. It's too like, I mean, this was on Nickelodeon. It's too like Nickelodeon villain girl. Um, if that makes sense. They're all barefoot. The mighty Katara. That's kind of dope. I was about to say I don't like this dude. He seems like he has his own agenda. He seems power hungry. I don't like this dude. He seems like he wants to like do things his own way with power. No, oh my god. This dude. I understand what the guy's saying, though. It's kind of what I've been saying for a while. Bodies and people are dying, and Aang wants to go sledding on the backs of penguins. But he's also not ready. I get what he's saying, but if you go in and Aang isn't ready, then you're never going to win. It's unfortunate what's happening, though, having to wait with people dying. But also, if you go in too early and he can't defeat the Fire Lord, then what? Okay, she's over here bending lightning. I'm curious how the Firebenders are able to conjure lightning. It's kind of wild because I didn't know they could conjure lightning, by the way, now that I think about it. We saw the uncle kind of be a conduit for the lightning. We didn't see him create. So now you're telling me firebenders can create fire without needing fire. And they can create lightning without needing... That's wild. But if I don't have a cup of water on me, I'm screwed. At least while you're there, does anybody there know how to earthbend? You could at least be teaching him at the same time that he's trying to realize how to tap the state. Just caffeine. Yeah. It's a Red Bull. This shaman's process sounds good on paper, but it's just a sneeze. He over here had a nightmare the other day with homegirl summoning lightning. Oh, there she is. She can't take them both. We know that much. I mean, actually, we don't know that much, but the uncle's pretty broken. The uncle's pretty broken, so I don't think she can take on both. You know you don't believe that. He should know that's not true. Okay. she's got to understand that for them to win whatever this is, he's gonna have to be able to. Yeah. This is what I've been saying. But also, it needs to be done correctly. I've been saying he needs to get onto his shit, but I didn't think it would. You can't just run in there head first. Azula. Here we go. Alright. Everybody calm down. Why is he having these dreams of him attacking himself? Like he's having dreams of his past avatar states. Yes. We'll see how this goes. That general's got the that Lord of the Ring. He sees the power and wants to use it. He's got to go for protection purposes. I mean, I can understand Zuko's kind of like, oh, he wants me back? Yes, let's go, but don't tell me you're gonna hold the friends hostage. Don't do that. Alright, well, let's see if we can bring it out of him this way. That was clean. Earthbenders are kind of dope, too. I'm curious, like, you know how they were stuck on that ship that didn't have any earth for them to bend? When Katara got captured and they were trying to, help them and they bended the coal and all that stuff. I don't know how outlandish it is to say, but I mean, clearly it didn't happen, so we know it's not possible. But if I was a strong enough earthbender, could I pull earth from the ocean floor? I'm guessing no, it's so far down there, you would have to be so just broken. Maybe that's something Aang could do, but I don't know, like if I was stuck in the middle of the sea with no earth to bend, just on like a steel boat, could I pull up dirt and things from the ocean floor? Pull them to the surface? I'm guessing not. It's an ambush. It's a trap! Clearly they could take them, right? I hope. Katara are gonna come out there throwing water in a minute. This platoon of Earthbenders can't handle 2 kids. I was about to say, they should be able to handle Sokka and Katara. Aang, what are you gonna do? Wow, turned her shit to mud. Good stuff. Now what? I'm curious, will this bring the state out of him? There it goes. You gonna pull her back out, or just let the chick suffocate, or what? Well, we've never seen him summon lightning before. We just saw her do it. I kinda wanna see the sister and the uncle go at it. I don't think he can keep up with her. I'm digging the little fire daggers, though. He's fighting with too much rage. He's never going to be able to clear his mind to actually defeat her now. What happened to the scratches on his head? Look at fucking... He redirected it. Nice shit. Uncle's pretty broken. But see, like, he just redirected again. He was he was the conduit. Aang's not gonna kill him. Aang hasn't killed anybody. So he did find a way to trigger it a little bit. He just left his body again. What do you mean it's time you learn? Did you just leave? Holy shit. Damn. Imagine controlling volcanoes in the ocean and... Ah, there is a way to get rid of the Avatar. I was curious about that. Up to this point, it seemed like even if he was to be killed, the Avatar would just go to somebody else. Now we know if he's killed in that state, the Avatar will be gone forever. I doubt any... There's gotta be somebody on the planet Earth that knows that. I don't mind that uh that general's thought process there, but You could tell he was going on too much of a power trip. Episode about done. Yeah, I got like 10 seconds left. What happened to the scratches on his head? She clawed him and he was bleeding, but it's not there anymore. I'm sure it's just an animation error. He's officially done. Yep, they're officially done. No more Fire Nation loyalty, no more hunting the Avatar. We're just going about our business now. Where we end up is where we end up. That's what I took from that right there. Alright, we kind of got a lot there. With the Avatar state, I mean, we kind of already knew a little bit of that, of when he's pushed to the brink, when basically when the situation calls for it most. If somebody's about to die, if he needs to protect something, something dire is about to happen, he's able to enter that state. Just like everything else, just like him going to be becoming a master waterbender, earthbender, fire. I'm sure he'll be able to turn it on and turn it off when he wants to. Like I get strong Naruto vibes as far as like when Naruto would go into that Nine Tails state in the beginning, there was no controlling it. If he got pushed to the brink, if he needed to protect something, the state just happened. I'm getting that same feeling with Aang, but as the story went on, Naruto could turn it on, turn it off, and I have a feeling Aang's going to be able to turn it on, turn it off. I was just thinking to myself, who's going to be his fire master? Because his fire training isn't done. I mean, he just figured out a way to start using it, but he's not a fire master. Because I'm hoping we're not just saying, we just go train with Boomy. Katara will teach him water training on the side. He already knows how to airbend, and that half an afternoon we spent with that fire training is going to be enough. Now that I think about it, and how this episode ends, I think it's going to be the uncle and Zuko are going to be his. I think they're going to be his fire teachers, his fire master benders, however you want to categorize them. So that'll be pretty dope. I'll be curious if we kind of get more introduced to more standalone benders. Because we'll come across fire soldiers that can all fire bend, and all those fodder earth benders we saw that they're able to bend earth. But I wonder if we're gonna like how we got introduced to his sister, Azula was her name, and we see her like bending the lightning. And I told you guys I know of that girl. I don't know what happens with the storyline, but like she's blind and can bend sand or whatever. I'm curious if we're gonna find if we're gonna come across strong standalone benders that can do stuff that we don't see the regular fodder soldiers do. You know how she was doing lightning, and the girl's able to like kind of maneuver the sand. If we're gonna find kind of like specialists out there on either side, whether we come across a random airbender, and I'm curious, is there anything specific to airbenders that we kind of don't see? Because with the firebenders, we've seen them manipulate lightning. Water, they can basically they're changing their elements into, different things, compounds, however you want to describe it. Fire to lightning, water to earth. I mean, water to ice. In earth, I mean, they're just all over the place. Hard, sand, whatever you want to call it. But the thing is, there's no more airbender, so I guess if we haven't seen it yet, it's going to be through Aang. Like, what could air do that wouldn't just be typical air? I'm not sure. I still don't even know how we got from fire to lightning. I'm curious if there's other firebenders out there that are manipulating lightning. I'm sure the Fire Lord is. I'm sure people under him are too, especially if his daughter can do it, or maybe it's just a family trait thing. I don't know. And I'm guessing the uncle's got to be able to summon the lightning, huh? He can't just be a conduit for it, but for him to walk up, I mean, she was about to get him. He just walked upon it, took it, and redistributed it. That was dope to see. Yeah, I mean, I say this every 5 or so episodes. I'm like, oh, Aang's finally got it. He understands the dire straits of the situation, and then he'll do some wild shit on the side. It's like, dang it, Aang, I thought we got over that. So he was down to, somehow trigger it to save the people from dying. But yeah, I brought this up in book one. Even, as we're bouncing around and things are going on and it's great. And I know he's a kid and, what would you do if you were a 10, 12-year-old kid? Like, you expect to be able to just save the world and do all these things and not live your life and want to do kid things? I get that argument, but at the same time, that's not Aang's life. And it's unfortunate. It's unfair and it's unfortunate. He should be able to be a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kid and do these things and go penguin sledding and ride around on air balls and glide and fly and hop on sea monsters. Like that should, he should be able to experience all those things. But sometimes life and destiny and things are unfair. And it's unfair, but this is what he's been destined with. I kind of would think like it's not going to come to that point, but if he didn't want it, could he let himself be killed and just let it be passed to somebody else? But I mean, it's always a newborn, so then we got to wait for that. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that would just be way, way, way too much. So yeah, it's on him. If he doesn't want it, I guess he could let himself be killed and have it be reincarnated, but then we've got to wait for that person to at least to become his age, so we have to wait at least like 10, 12 years, which we just don't have time. It's unfortunate, it's unfair, but he's got to get on it, and hopefully we will. But yeah, I think that's maybe a good guess that Zuko and the uncle are going to become his firebending teachers, master teachers. Katara will be his waterbending master. Like, even though I'm sure, and I say this a lot, I'm pretty sure give Katara a couple more years, she could have gotten to the point that she's at right now. But he's got Katara, he's got the scrolls, he's already a proficient airbender. I guess you can call him a master airbender. And we just got to get the Earth from Boomy, who we've already been introduced to. Yeah, someone made a good comparison, like Katara, if you compared her to like being a chef, it's very possible, she doesn't have to go to culinary school and go to, go cooking, go to culinary school in France and learn all these techniques and, make her a proficient cooker, make her be the next Gordon Ramsay. There are people out there that are home chefs that never had real training or went to culinary school or took any classes or anything like that. And, they could grow up to be 5-star chefs, Michelin chefs, XYZ, whatever you want to call them. And that's kind of how I view Katara as. I feel like if she just had a little bit more time, she could have like gotten there. Because we saw what she was able to bust out against that master waterbender with just what she taught herself. But just that little bit of information helped boosted her. So that's the water. I think Zuko and the uncle will be the fire. He's already got the air, and then Boomy will be the earth. Okay, so yeah, I mean, there was a lot in that episode, so solid stuff, and we will see how it goes. Patreon members, hopefully you enjoy the 3 episodes this week. YouTube, I appreciate you guys as well. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube on the day it comes out, which should be the Monday after Halloween, November 1st, I guess, Death Note will be up live on YouTube tomorrow. So I appreciate it, guys. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, as always.